Welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast, where every week myself, Adam Ordall Quinnell, and my co-host with the mo-host...
Hey everybody, it's Al Hirt. What's up?
Mr. Al Hirt and I, we get together and we discuss something Star Trek, some kind of episode of something with a Spock, something with a Klingon or a fucking Norb or whatever the fuck they got. And we watch an episode, we recap it, we tell you what we thought of it, because boy, don't you give a shit what we think about this stuff. Wow. And then we recommend some kind of media, and that's the format of the show. Did I miss anything? Is that correct?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I mean, we just kind of like, cover this show, and we're trying to get, I guess, something else out of this dead horse that everyone's kicked already. But
yeah, we're just trying to be like...
picking the rereferences. We're like, oh, I remember this, or oh, I consume this media in this way, and now it relates to this.
We're learning a lot about where the derivative shit of today comes from by watching these. And so we started by watching Star Trek, the original series. That's basically our pilot seasons. And then we've been covering Star Trek, the animated series now on these nebulous bonus episodes before we kick off with Next Generation, and whenever that happens.
Yes.
But we have a segment that we start every episode with. It goes like this.
Oh.
What does Al remember?
What do you remember about last week, Al? What was the title of the episode we talked about last week?
I totally did not remember.
I remember it was Counterclock Incident.
That's what it was. God, I kept correcting.
What was it about
last week?
You did.
The title.
Mm-hmm.
It's about it's another. Is it a cloud? No, it's not a cloud. It's like it's a blown up star. What is that called?
A nova.
A nova. Yes. So Kirk and the crew are zipping around out there,
flipping, flopping, and duping.
And they're like, whoa, look at that star. It blew up. It's going supernova or whatever. And then they see this ship kind of like stutter and like skip through space and time. And they're like, what's going on?
They're like fascinating.
And then they try to communicate with the ship, and it's all sounding garbled and backwards. And Uhura's like, whoa, that's weird. It's English, but it's backwards.
Well, but
they're like,
hold on.
What's happening?
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
It was bullshit because they made it seem like Uhura would need a computer program to identify backwards fucking common tongue.
That's why she's the expert communicator, though. Yep. Because nobody else on the ship figured it out. She's like, I didn't even use the computer. I mean, it sounds like English.
She did use
really?
the computer. That's what sucked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She would have not only known what it was, she would have translated it.
Yeah.
Yes, but continue. What happens after they talk to the backwards talking lady that looks like Tila from He-Man?
Yeah, because these were like preconceptual designs.
Yeah, dude, that lady, I can't remember even mentioning that last week, but she definitely looks just like Tila from He-Man that would come out 10 years later. They had that design hanging out.
Crazy. So yeah, they follow this other ship into this supernova, I guess. And they're all freaking out because they're going right into like this exploding star. And then suddenly, oh yes, I also must mention that there's two older people with them. Two people that rode the first Enterprise.
Yes.
So it's technically our first Captain Archer.
Right?
It's like our first iteration of that. And the science officer, who was a lady.
Enterprise is Commodore that guy Erasure.
Yeah. And so then they fly in, and all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, everything's inverted. And there's like a white background and black points to represent the galaxy.
That's the opposite of like over here. There's fucking burgers.
And all the shots of the Enterprise flying through there is flying backwards. So it's just like the animators just having fun, like reversing these like panels or dicking around and just doing whatever with them. Then they meet up with the ship lady that was going really stuttering all over the place. Turns out she speaks plain English. And she was like, oh yeah, I was just trying to get into that supernova to get back here. You guys, why'd you follow me?
Right? She's like, what did you... Oh, but because they grabbed her with the tractor beam,
right.
remember?
And she dragged them. because of their nosiness.
Because they're dumb fuckers, dude. The
They could've just
Federation,
been like,
dude.
whoa, I guess the ship's gone. Huh, must have blown up. Anyways, so then they have to go back by finding the... Spock's like, well, everything's backwards here. We went into an explosion of a star. Let's go into the birth of a star. They're like, well, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so they figure out with the scientists of this world, one of whom is her son that is older than her,
yeah, and then
which
there's that part
implies
that's trippy.
which implies that she gave birth to a 6'4" tall man wearing a tweed jacket when she was in her 30s physically. And then her dad is a baby, little baby in
They
a crib.
age backwards.
And
Benjamin
then
Buttoning.
they all put together that you can travel between universes where a supernova is happening in the regular universe and a star is being born in the other universe at the same spot.
Yeah, and they compare each other's maps too, their star maps, to find out where the explosion's happening.
Yeah, they're looking
It's
for
pretty
like
cool.
they look for a star that's a nova in the Federation
Yeah.
universe and that's also being burned in the new one in the
in the
backwards
inverse one.
universe.
This is kind of akin to the I don't know, the one where it's the or not the original series where what is it, where Kirk goes into that spaceship and it's all like blue and there's like a blue universe that's like inverted and there's an astronaut that was like, I'll hold off my other self in this inverted universe while you guys escape.
Oh yeah, that one's
forgot that episode, though.
I forgot the
It was
episode,
so
but it's like
trippy.
that guy's gonna destroy everything
Yeah.
because he's moving forwards and his
God,
other
it was
self is
so
moving
weird.
backwards.
Yeah. Anyways, so they're trying to escape this inverted universe, and then they do. But the catch is, it's called counterclock incident because as they're in that universe, Spock's like, "Oh shit, we're all getting younger.
Oh, that's right.
Like, we're all gonna get younger, and we're not gonna know how to run this ship. I'll be the only one because I'm a Vulcan." And then the other guy speaks up and he's like, "No, I mean, I'm older than you. I mean, I'll meet you in the middle." And he's like, and it's funny because as they're trying to escape, Spock's like, Spock realizes Sulu can't man the controls anymore. And he's like, "Oh, right. Sulu, you're the youngest. So you would be the youngest first." And then you see everybody get into like smoother, curves and like shortening their faces and getting smaller and smaller.
Star Enterprise babies.
Yes, and then they end up all being babies. Spock's like a toddler, but yeah,
Well-
they get really close.
And then they get back to the prime universe, the regular universe or
universe,
whatever,
yes.
and they do the most horrific science.
That's
Tell me,
true.
how do they make these babies? How do they unbaby these people, Al? That seems like a pretty big problem for them that they all are babies now.
So don't they take them and put them in the transporter and then rearrange their cells and age them?
Yeah, so like if
But then
I'm
we're like, what about the memories?
and so they
But
do
then I guess
this.
the memories are still in there. They can't
They
talk, right? The
They,
babies.
they
Oh,
just did
God.
this on another episode too, either before or after this. I can't remember where it is in the timeline because I've been watching ahead.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, what they do is they put the babies through the transporter and they're going to replace the babies with a transporter copy of their original DNA map or whatever. And then it's like, do they have a memory? What the fuck, dude?
We made a joke about like, oh, we didn't back up the transporter hard drive. We lost your files. My B, dog.
Shit, dude. Somebody
You'll just have to age.
somebody dropped a soda on it. You just have to like grow up again, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, and then we were frustrated because one of the scientists, the older captain, is like, "Oh man, if I was young again, I'd be able to whip this ship up in the shape, and I'd be able to do this and that." And they have the opportunity, and his wife is like, "Hey, let's like live our lives again. This is amazing." And the husband's like,
No, we
yeah,
should just be old and
"We didn't
die.
have shitty lives. We had good ones, so let's
Yeah,
enjoy it."
we
It's
don't
like,
have anything.
"No, but
And-
you could extend that good life. You know?
Smash cut to his young wife making out with Scotty, who's just an absolute cad and also Jack the Ripper's ghost. And that was the counterclock
Yeah,
incident.
and then they're like, "We got out of there. Great."
What does Al remember?
you get it twice because I can't remember if I did it last week. And Which, that was last week, the counterclock incident.
Yes.
Which brings us to this week, which, as Al has commented to me off mic, is a very funny title for a... It does seem like the title of like a Bruce Coville novel where it's like, my teacher is an alien kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, the name of this episode is One of Our Planets is Missing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird Twilight Zone kind of thing. Feels silly.
Yeah, and it aired on September 22nd, 1973.
Cool.
And the synopsis from Paramount Plus is: a mysterious cloud destroys inhabited planets.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I like how these are a lot more straightforward.
Pretty
and
straightforward.
Not spoiling too much.
The next episode's going to be like, the alien does a crime. So one of our planets is missing. It's a mysterious cloud destroys inhabited planets. And I'm going to hit play on the episode here. So there's a lot that I like about this episode. It starts, as so many do, with the Enterprise zipping around out there.
Yeah, flying around.
Why the fuck is it not letting me skip the titles? Oh my god, dude.
I don't know, strange.
Fuck you, Firefox. I've never paid a penny for you in my entire life. I use you every day, and if you don't work immediately, I lose my mind. There we go.
Cool.
So this episode, One of Our Planets is Missing, written by Mark Daniels.
Shout out Mark Daniels.
Big Star Trek name there, Mark Daniels. And they're on their way to investigate a cosmic cloud. I love these shots of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Look at that deflector. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow on that fucking deflector dish. Look at that.
Yeah, the shadows and the lights give it really nice shine and depth. Yeah.
So they're flying around to investigate a cloud, and they're the only vessel in the vicinity, and it's on a present position is the Pallas 14 system, which contains a planet called Mantilles, and we're going to hear a lot about Mantilles.
Yep.
They're in the Federation. It looks like at this point it doesn't look like it's going to hit Mantilles.
No.
It's in the system though.
Correct.
And the cloud is some 800,000 kilometers across, and about half as we on the depth.
Yeah, and to comparison's sake, what is his alien's name?
I can't remember what the alien's name is. He's Lieutenant Eric's.
Ah, yes. He's does a comparison.
Twice the diameters of Saturn, Jupiter. Twice the diameters of Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune together.
And they're like, oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a big fucking cloud. And then it shows the cloud on the view screen, and it is definitely just like a space fart. Like it is just a hilarious fucking cloud. Like it's a cloud. There's nothing super ominous. It's a it's a rusty fucking cloud in space, and it's enormous.
There's no animations like it's a rolling cloud coming in or anything. It's just a flat panel of a cloud
being pulled on over the star field in the background.
Makes it look more like a fart.
Exactly. Space fart. And then the cloud changes course to and then Kirk says that's impossible. Why would a cloud change course? And now it's moving directly towards Mantilles.
And so is...
Did they already watch it destroy a planet, or is that coming up still? Okay.
I think I think that's still coming up, actually.
Because it's Spock is saying maybe this thing's like a big amoeba, and it's instinctively seeking out a planet. It's basically like a Galactus.
But it's interesting that what is his name? Garrick? He kind of...
Eric.
He kind of hints at the fact that like it's a size of planets, as in like he ate them. So I don't know. I just thought that was funny how he like makes a little comparison to show how big it is. But I guess like kids are watching the show too. They do a lot of comparisons in this episode.
Yeah.
It's like this happening.
They've got it. It's all relative.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't mention that it just eats a planet in front of them while they're talking about it.
Right?
Yeah, it eats an uninhabited planet called Alondra.
Oh, okay.
And the planet... the cloud comes between... It looks like a cloud comes between them and the planet, but no, it's engulfed Alondra, and then the planet breaks up. And so they're like, well, this cloud eats planets, and now it's changed course as though it has some sort of sentience for Mantilles.
So then, yeah, exactly. The way you were saying sentience and stuff, Kirk's like, we got to find out if does it like pick its food? Like, what's going on here? So I guess in order for them to do research, they go straight into it, don't they?
Yeah, they're just like, well, we got to go into this cloud and figure it the fuck out, man.
And it also consumes stars.
Maybe,
too.
yeah. He's so they don't know where this thing is from. It's probably been traveling since the beginning of time through the galaxy.
Yes.
And Spock's like, who knows? This could eat all the galaxy, right?
And it's like, it's a threat to everything, everywhere.
And so now it's 4 hours away from Antilles.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, what should we do? They actually are like, should we maybe not tell them about it? Because they're just going to fucking panic. And then Spock's like, or then Kirk is like, no, it won't be blind panic. The guy down there knows what he's doing.
Like, some of them will get off.
Yeah, he says, I know the governor there. He's no hysteric. And so then they go into the cloud, and there's such a good, there's a very good moment at about 4 minutes in where, they're getting ready to contact the governor of Mantilles, and then there's just this tension as the ship is headed towards the cloud, and they're getting unusual sensor readings.
There's a really creepy line that comes up too, where it's like Spock says, these are elements that are like not recognizable from us, from this galaxy.
They're from outside our galaxy, baby.
So let alone. I think this is like the perfect sci-fi, stereotype or tinge of like the unknown, or just not knowing what this supermassive, I guess, thing is. Yeah. Where I guess the fiction part comes in, the masses and stuff, and like the science part is like them just, sort of trying to figure it out. Because it is kind of silly, the solution, but like it is initially very creepy.
Well,
just this gas cloud is consuming everything.
Yeah, and the idea of it being from outside of the galaxy is foreboding, because they don't know like how do we fight something that's from outside the galaxy. It may not react to our physics, etc. Our rules of the universe.
They do luck out with that.
Yeah, they figure it out because they only have 22 minutes, and it's a Saturday morning cartoon for dumb children.
And a planet full of people might die.
Right? And so then these streamers of combination of koinoio energy and koino energy and almost an ambiplasma. And these tendrils reach out and grab the fucking ship and just go whoop, and suck it into the cloud.
So bizarre.
And it's after they shoot it, of course. Oh no, it's wrapped him up. There's some great shots. Like if I was gonna buy a cell from an episode, I'd want one of those shots of the ship being held by the cloud.
Yeah, it's cool to see again with the shadows and how the depth plays with the red smoke, and how it kind of gives it like tentacles. It's giving like a ship that gets taken by like a big hydra or something.
This by a giant squid, a kraken. Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're in as so many times the Enterprise on this animated episode of the show, or on this animated version of Star Trek happens, they are inside a very well painted background. And they're inside the red cloud. It looks awesome. You can fucking see the brush strokes. Looks great. And then these little like gaseous charged antimatter pods start to come and just like it just looks like they're forebodingly going to bonk against the ship.
They look really strange. Have you seen that movie? It's a TV movie, The Langoliers.
Not since I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. I remember it distinctly because it's just so bizarre. It's just like these little things that are crumbs, and I don't know. They float. They kind of look like those.
And then the monsters at the end of that look so bad.
Yeah,
oh my god,
exactly.
Aliens or whatever the fuck. Dumb.
It's just these floating little orbs that like consume things.
So they're able to destroy those things with like a blast of energy or sonics or something. And then Spock is like, it's possible this cloud in which we are entrapped is a living thing. Which it's like, no shit. It fucking changed course to go after an inhabited planet.
And and so what is it? Bones adds that those little things out there are acting like a macrophage, that it's all going to be broken down the ship into, digestive pieces, particles, which is how obviously all these other planets got consumed in stars, and how we process food,
And
break
Bones
things down in little pieces.
Bones is really shines when he talks about the anatomy stuff. After they make the diagram of the thing with their scanners, like they're talking about now, after they make this diagram, Bones does a good job of. Oh, we got to talk about this. Bones does a good job of like taking us through a tour of the alien cloud's guts.
Yeah,
and he's like, "This would be like the cloaca, and these are villa, and the villa look like they're made of antimatter. God damn it!" And so then we meet the governor.
Yes.
And this guy is just like the saddest pile of shit. He's like, 3.5 hours, Jim. That's not enough. We can only evacuate a few people. And Kirk's like, how will you choose who you evacuate? And he goes, there is no choice, Jim. We'll save the children.
He just hangs up. He's like, dude, I can't. He goes, I can't evacuate everybody even if I had all the ships ready to go. And he's like, you can figure it out. You'll save some people.
There is
like,
no choice, Jim. We'll save the children.
And he just hangs up.
Yep. And now we get the classic Star Trek ticking clock. We got 3 hours and 20 minutes before millions of people die.
And he just he does a whole rally of his team. He's like, senior staff, I need your help.
We're on the bridge, motherfucker. Tell us what we're doing. What's going on?
Yes. And so I guess they deduct, obviously, that the cloud saps the energy from the planets as like food.
Yeah, and Spock says it's like a huge bull grazing throughout the galaxy. Bones says those little chunks are acting like teeth that break stuff up, and then they're gonna run the scanner on the cloud's composition. And when they see it, when they put the sketch of it up on the screen, it looks like two lungs. Like it looks like they do a good job of making it look biological, like it's symmetrical, kind of like that's like something that the body has. Like it's asymmetrical in how it's shaped, but like there's clearly two hemispheres. And
just kind of like a tube through it, I guess, you know.
And
they
so
call it a digestive tract.
Well, yeah, and so the problem they're running into is if they tried to go out the butt or whatever, they're saying that it would take too long. Their shields won't hold out against the little teeth that are chomping on them from the inside. So now they're going to try and give the cloud a tummy ache.
Indigestion. And they eventually, though, figure out the issue with the power and the shields. Because, Scotty's right. He's saying that they're using too much power to keep these shields up from being consumed. But they use the antimatter that's coming off of the cilia, and then they somehow like convert it.
That's a while.
Energy, right?
That's a while. They haven't figured that out. Now they're just running away from the things. Trying to get through, and Bones is now continuing his adventure. He is like the Miss Frizzle of this, where he's like, if this would be like the small intestines, and those things on there are villi, and they'll absorb us into the body. And then
like, Bones, we're gonna get dissolved and die. Like it's not.
Yep, and then Spock says the villi are antimatter, which means if we touch them, we'll explode. So they got to keep the deflectors up. But of course, enormous strains on the engine, Captain. But if the indicators go between 2 anti-kilos. I love when they give us measurements and like some weird shit. Like, if they got the 6 glebons to the glubo. Oh, man. Sulu's trying so hard to hold it on course and using all power. And Eric's, Commander Eric's is like, or Lieutenant Eric's, he's a lieutenant. Is like, we can't hold it, Captain. So now they're just floating in the guts of this thing.
And all these like veins look so weird.
Right? In the cloud. Now the cloud has veins because they're in the small intestine. Those are the villi.
Yes.
And now you can explain it now, Al. This is the times.
That's right.
So there's like 3 hours before the cloud gets to the planet, right? But the Enterprise only has 15 minutes of shields. And then Scotty, now this is a great stroke of Scotty shit. Like this is like vintage Scotty in the anime, and it happens in the animated series. It's very cool.
Yeah, so they take the antimatter from the end of the villa, and they get the piece of that to create and use matter to like regenerate energy into the ship. So then they'll be able to use, the power for the shields and the ship.
Yeah, so they got to get a piece of the villi into the antimatter chamber to regenerate it, right?
Yes.
And then Kirk is like, but we need the matter and the antimatter, and he's like, the matter's no problem. We'll just take a chunk of fucking
Yeah,
planet from out there and
seriously.
make the matter, goddammit, but the antimatter. And so, and you
It's
can't
cool, the
touch
sequence too that comes up.
because you can't touch the antimatter, right?
Exactly.
So they have to like put a force field around it, bring it in the box in a force field into the ship, get it into the antimatter chamber, and then open the box via remote control.
And then they have to like zap it or something. It's this cool little
Yeah.
sequence that they have. It kind of reminds me of like Batman or something when he's doing shit in the lab.
Yeah, man.
Chemistry.
Scotty's description of this around 11 minutes and 30 seconds to like 12:30. It's just fucking awesome. He's like, you could just move it in like that. You grab it and do it that way.
And keep in mind, I mean, this is all while they're still having that external time to clock time down.
They're 3 hours away. They like if they don't live for the next 10 minutes and then regenerate their engines and their shields, then all the people on the planet are definitely going to die because they know there's no evacuating the planet. Like their only hope is the Enterprise figuring out some way to stop this cloud
And
from
Kirk's
eating
like,
an
just
entire civilization.
Kirk keeps saying, "Get them already," just have them evacuate, but they have to destroy the cloud. That's like the silent,
Well, they can't
quiet part out
evacuate.
loud.
They can only evacuate 5,000
Well,
children.
I know, but he keeps saying, just try to evacuate 5,000,
Yep.
They'll all be kids, and they don't know how to do this.
The shot of them running out of the engine room before the reaction starts is so great.
Yeah.
And then here we go. Boom, they get it. They restarted the Enterprise. Scotty, you may have given Mantilles a chance to live. You're putting a lot of faith in your ability to stop this cloud. And so now they're saying, Spock says, hey, by the way, spoiler alert, this shit does have a brain. This fart cloud, space cloud is sentient. And Kirk says, intelligent.
Yeah,
and
that
Spock
very
says,
next question's important.
impossible to say at this moment, Captain.
He's like, oh, great, I don't give a fuck.
Which means you can't kill it.
Yeah.
He's saying the fact that it changed course might have meant that it's intelligent. So we don't know. We should probably act as though it's intelligent, though, you know?
Spock's given the, benefit of the doubt. He's like, well, maybe it's like involuntary because he just thinks food, right? But he says there is one spot, though, that is giving out a lot of electrical activity. Like, we're talking about neuron and synapses.
Probably
and all
the
that
brain.
Shit. It's definitely the brain, right?
That's what they say, right?
Processing, ideas, things. And Kirk's like, perfect. We'll just use photon torpedoes to blow up the brain.
We'll use photon torpedoes to destroy the brain. And then there's a dramatic musical sting, and all the characters are like, we'll do what to the who now? Excuse me?
Yeah, that was a little weird for a second.
Squeeze me? Baking powder?
Spock's like, yo, this is a living creature. Kirk's like, I know the regulations, damn it.
Spock says, we don't know if the life form is intelligent, but we do know Mantilles is doomed if we don't stop it. If I have to judge, I decide in favor of saving Mantilles. Cut to a commercial for Lucky Charms. Cut to a commercial for Kids Bop.
And so Spock, Uhura, they're creating a detailed map so they could find targets for the torpedoes. Mm-hmm. But I think Kirker noticed that Spock tries to use this time to find another way to prove that the cloud is sentient. I forget how, but Kirk and Spock, or Kirk and
Bones have a little
talking up front about like,
Kirk's
man,
like,
is this really fucked up? Like,
Kirk is like, Kirk brings up,
are we the baddies?
Yeah, the reason I've been trying to jump in here is because this is important. Because Kirk actually quotes himself from the original series.
Yeah.
He said, he says we got people determine the targets for the torpedoes. And then he's like, am I doing the right thing, Bones? Once I said man rose above primitiveness by vowing, I will not kill today. And Bones is like, nah, dude, it's 80 million lives. You got to do it.
Yeah, he's like, but there's also 80 million. And what is it? He is saying, though, yes, this is the other reason, that the brain is so vast that our photon torpedoes won't work. but the brain can be completely destroyed if we pretty much ignite ourselves into pure energy and fly right into the brain.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
Bones is like, so you want us to blow ourselves up? He's like, that's what I just said.
like that guy with like that guy with the Tesla outside of Trump Tower.
Yeah, seriously.
but they don't have to because they're gonna detonate the ship and try to destroy the brain of this fart, the space fart.
And Jim is like, or Kirk's like, you sure, Spock? Like, your calculations are correct. And Spock's like, yeah, I'm fucking Spock. And he goes, okay, well...
Don't make me repeat myself.
Yeah. Then he calls Bones, or not Bones, he calls Scotty, and he's like, hey, Scotty, have the self-destruct sequence on standby, by the way. Scotty's like, what? And he just like keeps moving along.
Scotty is always being asked to blow up the only thing that he loves in the world. He may
just,
act.
like, don't let him in on what's going on the bridge.
Yep. They're just like, Scotty, just be ready to kill us all. Come on, man. Like, you get it. It's your standard scramble to the end of Act 3
There's
here.
no like two keys. There's no checks and balances. It's just like get that sequence ready.
Right? And then they talk to Governor Bob, and he's like, as best it can, there was some hysteria at the beginning, but most agreed to let children be taken off first. Now, he said most agreed,
Yeah, right.
which means there are some people that went, we need to get on. And then they killed those
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
You know that if there's a guy who's crazy trying to get on the children's evacuation ship and they think the world's going to end.
That shit back.
So they probably had to kill dozens or hundreds of people in that way. And then they find out that they don't have to evacuate. And then they're like, oh, we killed Ted.
Ooh.
We killed Ted because he pushed a child to get onto the evacuation ship. And he says, it's only 5,000 children, Jim, out of 82 million people.
Kirk's
Oh,
like,
no.
What? He's like, I know.
And he's like, we can see the cloud. Kirk goes, I know. And he goes, we can see the cloud approaching, Jim. And he's like, yeah, I fucking get it, dude.
Give me a second.
The cloud is the whole problem. And then they say goodbye to each other.
Oh, yeah, no, and this line's funny, too. Kirk is just like, how's Katie doing? Is she there with you? And the guy's like, yeah, she's here. And he goes, don't worry, we'll take care of her. And as soon as he turns off the transmission, McCoy's like, who's Katie?
And Kirk's like, it's his 11-year-old daughter, which
He's
means
like, ooh.
his 11-year-old
She did
daughter
not
didn't
get off.
evacuate. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
He's like, it wouldn't look right if it would look like favoritism. The daughter's like putting a mustache on.
Yeah, it really was like a 5,000 random, lucky card withdrawal or something, or a raffle.
So this is like a lottery.
Yeah, lottery, yeah.
So this is where Kirk has the idea to say, hey, we need to find out if this thing's intelligent. Spock, could you try a Vulcan mind touch? Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
it's a mind meld. It's always been a mind meld, right?
You don't think he got it
And
right.
then Spock says it would require physical contact, which is impossible, what with the antimatter and all. And then he says he may be able to reach out with his mind. And it's like, yeah, that's what he asked you to do.
He's like,
touch it with your mind.
That's kind of what I said in the first place. He's like, don't worry about it.
Spock is like, maybe I could reach out with my mind. This is my idea now. I forgot that I have telepath powers.
Remember, it reminded me too of the episode where they're trapped in the menagerie or something, and Spock's like, wait, I haven't done it in a long time, or not in the menagerie, but they're trapped somewhere. But Spock's like, I haven't done it in a long time, but like, maybe I could like mentally telepathic, move this guard against the wall and get us out of here. And Kirk's like, why haven't you done this? Like,
you should do this all the time.
else?
Like, yeah, definitely.
We've been trapped more than once.
Oh, one thing that I want to mention before we watch the last 6 minutes here is I love the engineering backgrounds. Every time they show Scotty in the engineering room, it's like a cool, like different engineering background. He's like always in a different place. And so he says it's impossible to calculate exactly how to reach out and touch this thing. And so this is where Al and I had a discussion before this, because there's a lot going on. And they got 26 minutes until Mantilles gets eaten by the space fart. And Spock is going to channel his mind touch powers through the translator computer, so that if he is able to touch minds with the cloud, they will then be able to communicate with each other.
AKA sending signals through the translator, like to the electrical like synapses or those energy
Yeah.
pockets, and we were just. It took us a while to figure it out because I was like, he doesn't explicitly say it
Spock's
until he does
powers.
it before the plan.
Spock's powers are very powerful, I think.
And so then we get this great shot of Spock with his hands up, like praising, you know, and
He's
just,
like,
in the zone.
Yeah, dude, it's like he's gonna shoot lightning out of his hands.
And he's
And
like,
so
listen
then,
to me. Listen to me.
because the cloud is talking through the computer, it has Majel Barrett's voice, so that's
Yes.
great. And then they have this hilarious exchange where Spock has to explain to this cloud what beings are, that he's inside of it. And it's like, inside, explain, within me.
Yeah, it's like, what is consume?
Yeah, so he's got to
Like,
explain.
yeah, it's this and that.
He's like, look, okay, so there's stuff that you eat on it. There's people, and they're all like me, and what you hear within me and my mind, there's a lot of those on there. And
She's
we
like,
came into you
"What?"
to think to you. You consumed us. You thought we were food. And it's like, why you think to me?
Yeah, it's just Spock's like, by the way, many of us live on the things you consume, and it's just so awkward the way he has to, I guess, like abstractly explain the issue to this cloud that
As
might
no,
not even understand
It does-
English, right? They're
well,
using
they-
a universal translator.
Well, I mean,
by
I think
default,
it's more
right?
just like it might not understand like
Concepts.
it's like if you were eating an apple. It's like if you were reaching out to eat an apple and then you hear something from inside your ass talking to you that's like, hey, there's things on that apple that
my
live
God.
inside you. I'm in your ass.
Yeah, and the cloud's reasoning though is like, well, these things are small. I mean, I don't really think about it. Too
I'm
small.
not too worried about such small things, you know.
And Spock's like, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna go in your thoughts, and you're
you-
gonna go in mine.
So he's
She's
gonna
like,
put
"What?"
he's gonna put the thoughts of this cloud, and the cloud is like, necessary, because she's like, I don't want to do this, and he's like, yes, very necessary. And then they swap bodies, and
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Spock's got a cloud inside of him, and then he just walks and like looks around. He touches Kirk's face, and as he's about to touch Kirk's face, Bones approaches like he's gonna fucking punch Spock. Like the cloud's attacking Kirk. Kapow!
Yeah.
And Kirk is like, no, let him touch me. We're trying to show this thing what it is. And then Kirk is like, Lieutenant Uhura, put some fucking pictures of Earth up on the view screen. Like, so they're
Spock's just dazed, staring at the screen.
and it's a minute before they get to Mantilles, and then we see a lot of very interesting pictures or videos of Earth. And there's like a kids. Are those kids on some sort of
Yeah,
like
it looks
a
like a water
ride?
park.
It's like a water park. It's like half roller coaster, half water.
Yeah, I turned to Adam and I was like, oh, it looks like they didn't get the warning.
Dude, they definitely cut this shit out of other cartoons and just recolored it.
They're like, well, it looks like the other half of the planet isn't in mass hysteria.
Right? And then Spock sits down and he puts his hands up, and Bones is like, if we don't self-destruct now and kill this cloud, everybody's gonna die. And then the cloud stops, and the cloud goes, comprehend, not desire to consume other beings. So it goes vegan, basically.
It's like, all right,
It's like my brother. It's like my brother. It just decides that it doesn't need to eat living things anymore.
And Spock is still talking to the cloud.
Yeah, because now it's not just we can't just like make sure the cloud knows what's up. We have to try and make it so it doesn't kill anybody else.
Again,
So he
yeah.
tells it to turn around and go back exactly the way it came to its origin, because there won't be anything in the way for it to eat, because it already ate everything on the way.
that's true.
Except the universe moves, so
Yeah,
you didn't have to course correct. At any rate, it says, "I will return to origin. Will return to origin place."
And what's freaky too is she's like, it's a pretty long journey. And like to imagine her
Kind of alone.
Yeah,
Now that
it's
I
like to
know, I'm gonna
imagine-
just be remembering all the planets that I ate
Yeah,
and how
that's
many
what I
people
was
I
saying.
killed.
I was on my way here and I was thinking like, imitating it to myself, but it was just like
me.
Well, I ate about, I guess, 600 planets. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've been traveling for 1 million years.
This is bad. This
Conscience.
is not good.
Deciding to just be a dick anyway because it's already I'm so fucked
It's already too late.
Whoa, look at that shot.
Yeah, the end shot's
23 minutes just about. There's a really good shot of the Enterprise head on with the nacelles spinning and the deflector dish shadowing.
And they save the day. They get out of the cloud, and Kirk's like, yo, holy shit, Spock, what was that like? Spock's like, I know everything and everywhere, and what is space.
And then they're like the final frontier.
And yeah,
there you go.
Ends.
That's it. That's what'd you think?
It was
one of our
exciting.
planets is missing.
Yeah,
what did you think?
I liked it. It was a funny premise. There wasn't any, silly like B plots going on like with the flower in the last episode of like, whoa, this did this. I don't know. It felt very straightforward. They were going through the planet.
You
going
hate
through
that
the cloud.
flower. You
I thought
really
it was
hate
silly.
that flower.
It was just like
I
very like on top of it.
I liked it because it was like they were doing this heavy-handed menopause metaphor for kids. But like, yeah, just I thought it was funny that they were for kids. But continue.
But I guess the part where it's for kids is like the whole, hey, the human body has this too. It's kind of like this, and it's consuming the ship. I think the premise was really scary of like this overall consuming terror. We were talking about how before it was like the worm.
Yes,
thing
it reminds me of a lot of
planets.
episodes from the previous series.
Where it's like they have an hour in the original series where like a whole planet of people could die, which they do. But with this one, it's like, oh, it's more terrifying. I think the evacuation part really freaked me out too, especially given that the fires just happened here, and that they were like, "Oh, they won't be able to get everybody out." And Kirk's like, "Just still try, try."
There's no choice, Jim. We save the children. There's no choice, Jim. We save the children.
And he's like, "How's Katie? Katie's here with me. Don't worry, she'll be all right."
She's going to die with me. Katie, we will die as the planet is consumed by a fart.
And the part where he's just like, look, it's 5,000 of 82 million. And he's like, I know. I mean, figure it out. Just hangs up. And it's like, I don't know. I guess it's very interesting too. For me, I guess what threw me off too is how Kirk was like, let's just shoot 4-ton torpedoes at the brain.
Yeah, Kirk is a little
everyone's
too...
like, whoa, what?
He's a little too ready to kill a possible sentient being.
If anything, Bones would say that first because he would be like, hey, it's 80 million against one big thing, right? It's like one big thing that people didn't even know about until just now.
But also, is that in character for Bones though? Because he's the doctor. He respects life.
He
like,
does
granted, it is 80 million. It's like easy for him to do the math. It seems like, but
I would think he'd be more pro bipedal.
Yeah, I guess. And he is totally racist. I forgot. Yeah, Bones is very racist.
But other than those two distinct things, it was very entertaining. I don't know. I really like that the fact that they're like taking full advantage of, we can't make this crazy cool backgrounds that are moving and like tingling outside of the Enterprise in the original series. So let's just draw the craziest shit ever. And have them fly
great backgrounds. Yeah, I love the space shots.
What was it? This is like the third episode now that they've been going through a cloud too.
I would say there's at least 3 or 4 episodes where they've gone into a cloud. In the animated series, at least 3 that we've seen. But in the whole series of Star Trek, many so far, lots of cloud episodes. Now, I thought it was good. I think it's awesome that Bones is like their tour guide through the guts of the cloud. And there's the good Spock says, I believe that's what I just said.
Yeah.
There's a good one of those. But I liked it. I enjoyed One of Our Planets is Missing. Next week, we're going to talk about the Lorelei signal, which is a very Gilmore Girls ass coded title. But Al, what do you recommend for the good people out there? What kind of media, video game, music? What do you want to hit people to?
Let's see. What have I been consuming lately? I guess most recently, there's a good group. They're called Jungle. They came out with a new single called "Keep Me Satisfied." I don't know. They're kind of going back to like less.
So they're a group called
band.
Jungle.
Yeah, Jungle. Jun.
Do they make jungle music?
No, dude. That was what was crazy to me.
It's like if your name
someone
was-
introduced me to them, my girlfriend. I was like, they make jungle, right? I mean, like, duh, it's jungle. She's like, no, they're like a jam band. And I'm like, that's so crazy.
It's like if you named yourself Punk and
Right?
you like played like,
Or like
jazz.
indie.
Continue. So Jungle,
Yeah,
they're a
so
jam
they're
band.
They're very sort of jam band. It's more like I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's very like chill cafe music. Their first 3 albums, very deep, introspective, and then now they're kind of they're breaking out. They're getting a little more popular. Their shows are getting a little busier. So this is more of like a disco vibe that they're taking, which I really personally like. And it's exciting to me now that like all these musicians are kind of, I don't know, everyone's just doing whatever they want because like there really isn't any critiques of, people getting mad for shifting genre so quickly as now compared to like back then.
Yeah, there's not as much purist stuff. Yeah,
Right,
I get it.
exactly. So I guess it's refreshing to see them, be as big as they are, still like doing whatever they want. So
Jungle.
we'll see this new album. Yeah, it's called Keep Me Satisfied, the single.
Cool. I am just going to say that I am doing my every 4 or 5 years, every 5 or 10 years, I play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and I'm playing it on the Super Nintendo Virtual Console on the Switch that you get for like $4 a month. So to play online games in Nintendo Switch, you need to pay like $4.80 a month or whatever for a Nintendo membership. Mm-hmm. And for that, you also get access to a games library of regular Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games. And they have a lot of cool stuff, but I'm playing Link to the Past on there, and it's really fucking good. And also, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but in terms of something to watch, my wife and I have watched like 130 episodes of Bleach, that anime.
Oh, is it good?
It fucking rips, dude.
Word.
It's
Cool.
very good. Bleach is
very good
very
things.
good. And you really see like a lot of the other anime that we've been watching. You can see that it's like
Yeah.
influenced by Bleach, and yeah, so it's good.
I always get Inuyasha and Bleach mixed up.
They're very different too.
Right.
But
They
yeah,
were coming out
so
at the same time, though, weren't they?
Inuyasha,
Bleach,
I don't know.
Bleach came out after Inuyasha, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know that one. It's probably they kill demons.
Inuyasha's dope.
I bet they kill demons with swords.
Yes, of course.
So play Zelda, Link to the Past, and watch Bleach.
Yes, Jungle, Keep Me Satisfied.
Listen to Jungle, their new album, Keep Me Satisfied.
Oh, no, it's just a new single.
Their new
The album
single,
will come out
Keep Me
eventually, we'll see.
Satisfied. All right, so that's another episode of Trek in the Valley. We'll be back next week with the Lorelei Signal. Thank you so much for coming out. Do all the stuff in the bumper. Goodbye.
Bye.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.